Hello everybody and welcome to episode 6 of the Illicit Lounge. After a short hiatus over the summer, we are back starting off the autumn-winter season with a great host of guests coming in over the next couple of months. But to kick things off, we have a very special guest today, one of the most in-demand women in the scene at the moment, SURKA.
Hey, yeah.
SURKA, welcome. How's things?
To be on. Thanks so much.
Thanks for coming on. How are you? How have you been?
Good.
Busy summer?
Busy summer.
Summer.
Kind of tapering out a bit now. And
yeah, starting to burn out a little bit, yeah?
It is like it's
sweating for the autumn-winter season to start now and just get out of it.
A bit more into my club vibes, but one more deadly festival to come.
Yes, Fwynniv, can't wait. It's always the best way to close out the set. Definitely not. No. Fwynniv is always the best way to close out festival season. I'm kind of gutted because I didn't do too much festivals this year myself. I had loads of stuff going on, starting a new job and stuff. So
kind of jealous. I've been at
sweating for Fwynniv. Oh yeah, I'm buzzing for Fwynniv. You've been before, haven't you?
I've been twice. So once when it began, I think it was Lunasa.
So you were at the very first one?
The very first one, and then
savage. No, that was the one I missed. I've been at every single one since.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
I've been at every single one since, apart from Lunasa. Lunasa was the first one that they started, and then they changed it to Fwynniv on the second one.
Yeah.
The name of it, but I heard Lunasa was an unbelievable vibe.
Lunasa was deadly. Like it just the vibe was unmatched.
Was that in Dundalk?
It was in in
the same place, Berlurgan Park, or did they have it somewhere else?
I think it could have been a different location because Berlurgan looked different when I was there the last time. Yeah. Unless they obviously did a huge revamp and stuff. Yeah. And then I was at the one in Loughcrew.
That's the one I'm thinking of. That's the one that was the year after the first Fwynniv. It's that up near towards Cavan. It's not far from Cavan.
It's kind of towards Cavan. It's on a ancient kind of site with a load of
that was the first, and it was really big site that time. They had
really big site and it pissed rain for the whole day.
And did they have the Ned's early house starting the next morning on the Sunday in the big dome tent?
Yeah, they did.
I do remember that was the first one that we.
The dome tent was class.
It was deadly, yeah. And they had a few dome tents actually. So they had
they had a tiny one, and then they had, I think the Keeper Lit was a dome as well, and then they had a couple of more stages. I
think the Keeper Lit was where the Ned's early house was.
Yes,
it was the big round kind of dome, but you just can't beat the vibes at the one that's in there.
Even though it pissed rain that year, it was still so good.
No, it's definitely a personal favourite, and it's definitely building its following as well. I know obviously they struggle for a bit like every single festival and restaurant and club that's out there at the minute, unfortunately. But they stuck with it. They're the only independent festival. Well, not the only, but they are an independent festival, and they, there's no sponsorship in your face. There's no nothing. It's just somewhere that you can go and literally create magic. It's nothing is pushed on you. It's just your own imagination. It's great.
It's so deadly to see even friends that are around the scene and they just run it so well, and everyone knows everyone at it. And
that's the other thing. It's one of them festivals that you literally bump into everybody. And I was laughing last year at it because my social battery burnt out by the last day.
You can't go 2 meters over. You're trying to go back to your tent.
Yeah, it was the Monday, and I remember waking up trying to go and find somewhere that didn't have a mile long queue.
I know.
And I'm walking around
full of everyone you know.
Yeah, trying to get a bit of pizza. Social battery absolutely burnt out, and you're like, where can I just get a slice of pizza without talking to anyone? Sitting there with your hat over your face, please,
pizza, please.
Please, no one come and talk to me. I'm absolutely on ribbons here, but you can walk 2 meters and you're just bound to bump into someone,
which is a vibe that you don't get at any other festival in Ireland or probably the world.
It is. It's a really special festival, and we're actually going to try and get the lads on soon enough. So they're obviously very busy on the build up to the festival. We were trying to get them in soon beforehand, but I was talking to Jack and Lucas, and the two of them are going to come on and have a little chat with us after the festival. So it'd be nice to have a little catch up with them and see what the ethos of it is and what their plans are for the future,
Yeah.
But apart from Fwynniv, you've had plenty of other festivals you were playing at over the summer, weren't you?
Yeah.
So EP was probably the closest one.
Yeah, EP was the one, I think it was 3 weeks ago now. Yeah. But yeah.
Looked amazing. Smirnoff stage. So first year officially playing. Last year I got kind of roped into a caravan that was on the trailer park. I think I know the one,
delighted for it, Caravan Mambo. So the lads let me, George Feely and Boots and Cats play in there, which was actually a vibe.
Yeah. I know the little the little circle where the caravan was.
Yeah, we played for 5 hours or something.
Deadly.
And we drank all their drinks.
Right, we're finished now.
No, it was they were so sound. And then so this year I got booked.
You got to call up for the proper stage
because it was the first year that Smirnoff have done it. Obviously Castle Bacardi are iconic, and it's hard to follow on from there, but everyone was talking about Smirnoff the whole weekend.
In fairness, they put a lot into their production this year, which compared to other years, I remember when I played, I think it was 2019 or 20, just after, was it before or after COVID? I can't remember. Played for NSFW in their tent when they were doing it. It was deadly vibe. Oh, that was my first time at EP as well.
Oh, EP is massive. Like it's actually such a trek. I think I was doing like 50,000 steps.
And it's like, it's just weird, you know, like you could be at stage and you remember, I have something in my tent I want to grab, or a left drink.
Oh, it's not that easy. Like,
you're like, right, I'll see you in 2 hours. Back in a minute.
And like it could even be like 4. Like
it's so big. So that's, I suppose, going back to Fwynib, that's what I like about Fwynib is that
the
scale of it is just perfect for me. That's the kind of festival I like the most. It's just, you don't have to travel too far. Even if you lose a friend, you're guaranteed to nearly pump into them after an hour.
10 minutes.
Exactly,
No, you've no hope. Like, they're just like, okay, you're gone. See you later. But no, it was deadly.
I see they built that like kind of boiler room vibe or 360 kind of stage as well, where they had everybody up around you, which was fairly sick. I think a lot of them are. It reminds you of kind of like the way Index is after going now as well. Their layout, the new Index. And that Ibiza super club
like
kind of vibe.
Miami, like
It's
kind of cool to see, and it's like cool when you look back and you see like a lot of your friends.
It's very good for the footage and stuff like that. For the content, it looks really, really cool. Yeah,
and it's kind of nice not being like up there on your own, because like that can be very daunting. Like I got a bit nervous during the EP set. Like I was prepared enough, but like I never planned sets or anything. Just go by the vibes. But it was like, when I looked up every time, I was just like, there's like 2,000 people here. I just gotta.
It can get a bit,
so it was nice having people behind me as well. So I wasn't just like the centre of attention.
You can kind of have a little look back and see one of your mates or something to give you that bit of reassurance. Is nice.
Sure, like, but I think I'll be more confident like the next time. But like that was like the first time I've been like, whoa, there's like a lot of people here. They're listening to my show.
Oh yeah, I remember Fwynib was like that for us last year, because the Keeper Lit stage, you know, the way in Berlurgan it's like that. Have you been to Berlurgan before for any other events?
I went for one of the research events.
Right. Did they do one in Berlurgan?
They did, yeah. I think they use the Keeper Lit stage. It's kind of like a shed nearly.
The big round domey kind of. It's there all year round.
Yeah.
Savage. So that's always there every year for Fwynib, obviously, and we've played, literally, me and Collie play at Fwynib every year.
I saw the videos from last year.
We were both, because every time we play at Fwynib, we go to like play one of the other stages, and then that night we'd always end up in the Keeper Lit, fucking having the best time of our life.
Just says the Keeper Lit.
There's just something special about it. There's this aura in it, and when it's at peak time, and there's just something so special about it. So when we got to finally play it last year,
I'd say
it was amazing.
There's just a lot of things coming together. Like, and
it was
the fact that it's predominantly house music is pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. Like they really stick to their vibes there, with the fact that they, you know, most festivals will kind of go, oh, this is what's popular, we'll just stick to that. But like you have your psytrance, you have your drum and bass, you have your hip hop, you have techno, you have well, I think they've gotten bigger again, because usually it's only 5 maybe. And I know they branched out last year and put the drum and bass stage as a separate soul stage, whereas it used to be the drum and bass and the psytrance stage mixed together. And then they do like drum and bass halfway through the day, and then it would turn into psytrance. So they've given them their own independent stages as well.
And like similar to PMs, like if people were there and they weren't like sure what they wanted,
exactly,
it wouldn't be too much of like a clash of like genres.
Exactly, I suppose apart from EP as well, you were at All Together Now.
All Together Now, yeah.
Yes, and you played the Lost City stage?
The Last City.
Sorry, apologies, the Last City stage.
So, that was deadly. I played with Reclaim the Mainframe, who are my homies. They're like,
unbelievable, they're so good.
Yeah.
I was going to we'll go into that later on, because I did want to have a chat with you about them and their Sunday party as well, which is absolutely iconic. 100%. But with All Together Now, how did you find the stage?
It was cool. So I was on for an hour at like 11, but I was taken over. There's like a band who were on the stage opposite
you, yeah.
So
it's a very weird layout, isn't it?
People didn't realise that there was a DJ, which I actually kind of like. I don't think that you need to see the DJ.
And everyone just.
But it was gas, like looking down, because you're in like an airplane, and it's like looking down at the crowd, and like everyone's just faced the way the stage, like not a soul on the stage.
We were the opposite way around. So when me and Collie were playing on the exact same stage last year, we were a bit earlier in the day, and when we finished our set, no other we were like, where's the other DJ? And then all of a sudden they were like, kill the music. As soon as we turned the music off, this whole big like marching band came into the whole stage and had like swords and everything.
The kind of tribal people.
Yeah, I was like, what was going on here?
Cool.
I didn't expect it at all.
It's such a bad spot. Like,
it's class.
Yeah, the lads didn't. I think the people who were on before me didn't know that they were running like 10 minutes over, and I was up on the roof being like, come on now.
Hey, guys. But anywhere to put my USB in there?
No, literally, they got there in the end, but I was just like, it's kind of just like a loose stage to play. Like it is very cool, and good to get the call up for that as well. Like,
for sure. And again, like in terms of talking about festivals and the scale of them and production value, like EP is always going to be iconic. It's such a well-known one, but
like an hour every single year.
That's it. I know it's so iconic, but there's something about this festival instead that I don't know. It's just different to EP. Even though it's huge, it's big, it takes a lot of travelling around. but I didn't mind travelling around it as much as I did with EP, if you know what I mean.
It's like
there's a little bit more to look at. The crowd are a little bit different. They're nicer. I don't know. I don't want to say nicer because I don't want to put down the EP crowd.
No.
There was just a different vibe about it. Everywhere you went, the lights, the kind of the art to look at. It was just a really cool festival.
I think it's a bit more like mature than EP. I think there's kind of that
bit of an older
people
crowd.
People who are like in their 30s kind of go, whereas EP is like everyone and anyone, which is deadly. Like there's friend groups of like all different ages.
For sure, yeah.
But I think altogether now is basically people in and around the 27 to like 30 like 5 mark. So
it's different vibes altogether.
It creates more of a like.
Did you go down to the AVA stage?
I did, yeah. It was
looked amazing.
Really cool. Yeah. So I loved AVA in the Woods last year.
That's the one I remember.
But no, it's gone now. So it's it was like called it was the Immerse, I think.
The immersive stage, the big 360 stage they built. So was there nothing in the woods?
No, in the woods. No AVA in the woods. I saw Sally C and Spray there.
So did I. Last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I burst out laughing at one point. I was like, this is like the best set.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. We were right up the front at the speakers.
I was just at a tree just being like, this is like peak time.
It was a deadly stage. There was a few standout sets actually at that stage over the course of last year. And I remember the Saturday started lashing. And I was like, I think I'm done. Just curled up in the bed, in the tent. I was like, no, I'm done. I'm going home. And then we woke up on the Sunday and the sun was splitting skies.
Yeah, I know. We only arrived on the Sunday.
You only done the one day, yeah?
This mad little festival in Cork called Independence.
I've heard about this one as well, actually. Yeah,
it's kind of gas because I used to go down when I was like 16 because I'm from Tipperary, so I'm only like 10 minutes down the road from that place.
Right, okay.
So yeah, I went until I was like 18 and then I thought I was too old for it.
Is it a local thing or is it ran by friends or like?
No, it's like proper MTV buzz.
Oh, right, okay.
But they kind of just get a lot of like indie bands and stuff.
Right, okay.
So I was playing there and like 2 people came to my set, which was a bit gas.
Okay, you got to take the good with the bad,
you had to. But like,
actually,
it was fun enough to play. And then my friends were playing on some of the other stages, and then we were like, "Feck it, we'll go to together next." Only like an hour away. So like,
what was the other festival though? I must have gotten Independence mixed up on. Is there not another one that your friend runs? Or it's a very low key kill one.
Easttownbury, yes.
What's it called?
Easttownbury.
Yeah, I think that's.
So it's basically in Kildare. My friend has land and. Sorry, I'll start that again.
You're sounding your phone forward.
I'll have a little sip because I'm not good at doing that on camera.
So we actually just get you notes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can twist the actual mic itself.
Oh yeah, perfect. Thank you.
So just to confirm, what was the name of the?
Easttownbury. Easttown. It's
Easttown. Like eating.
Easttown. Like EAD, and then
Easttown.
Bury, like Glastonbury.
Right, okay.
So, yeah.
What's the capacity?
The capacity is like 200 people.
Savage.
It's on our own private land. We started during COVID, so basically she threw a party and we all kind of brought festival vibes.
Deadly.
Then the next year, she bought like a big stretch tent.
Oh, so she went a little bit more all out for it.
Yeah, and I brought down gear. All the people who were playing bands brought down gear, and we were all just jamming. And then the next year, she started selling tickets. But including the ticket, it was only like 30 quid. You got like 2 meals out of it, all your drinks, and
so you're fed and everything.
So yeah, there's no profit. She just wants to straight vibes, and yeah, it's like the 5th year of it now.
Unreal.
And there's a big hot air balloon this year, which is pretty cool.
Has it happened already this year? Or is it on?
It just happened in between EP and All Together now. So
many festivals been on. I feel like there's loads of extra ones on this year. I don't know if it's just because I've been out of the loop this summer, but if you know that, look, I've seen so many videos there. Just the weekend gone, wasn't it?
That was only last weekend.
Yeah. Dylan was at it as well. I know Dylan and Casey, and there was a good few heads I know that went down to it.
Oh, everyone.
The videos looked. Is it Visual Spectrum Audio? Am I correct?
I think so.
That's the name.
Yeah, it's a few of the lads from Belfast.
Yeah, correct. I'm not your mate, Kyle.
Yeah,
he's part of it. Paddy as well. Yeah.
Really sound lads.
So they really go all out for it, like, because you think for such a low key festival that production value wouldn't be as high as it is, but because obviously they're an audio and visual company, they're able to
pull it. Like, actually, Paddy was down at Independence when I met him. It was just like, oh, there's actually someone from the scene here, which is good.
Yeah, deadly.
But yeah, no, and there was another love story was on this weekend as well. I would have loved to have gone to that. Collie
played at it with his dad. Charlie. Colin Charlie played that. He said it was brilliant.
The vibes in there.
He said it was really, really good. He said he remembers he actually told me he was looking back at a video, just taking it back in, and he was kind of zooming in, and he could see that there was no one like in big groups or chat. He said everyone was just in their own little vibe, dancing to themselves. Kind of, he said it was just immaculate vibes. Like,
it was cool, and it's kind of family oriented, which is mad.
Yes, it's very low key. Do you know the capacity of that one? No.
I'd say it's only like 2,000 at max. Like, I don't think it's much. Maybe 2 to 5.
And is that also independent?
It's independent as well. They run out of the manor, as far as I know. There's like a big manor built on it, and then they do the land around it. But like, I was just laughing at it last year because I saw a load of kids running around, and like, even I got to know families at it, and they were like, so one day the dad would have the kids and the mum would be like a mad one, and then the next day we'd see like the dad on his own like doing cartwheels and like just going insane.
That's what it's all about. I brought my son to electric picnic on the last day.
Oh, sick. Or was it other side?
Both. He's been to both. I think I saw him at other side. He's been to both. Yeah, spoiled for choice. He went to EP. We were down there. I was meant to play the Thursday night on the early night, like, and they hadn't got the stage ready, so they cancelled it and said you're playing the Friday instead.
Well,
but my missus was in the Saturday in work, so I was like, shit. So I was like, look, I'm not gonna drink. Stay sober all day.
Yeah,
I'll do the gig. As soon as we're finished, we'll hop in the car and I'll drive you home. Right? So went home, done the gig, finished at like 3-4 in the morning, flew home in the car. Slapped myself in the face trying to keep myself awake, windows both down, tunes up full, sweating for a garage to be so I could just neck a Red Bull. I was so tired going home.
Trying to get back.
She got to work. It was lashing all day Saturday. We're like, right, grand, we're done. I'd left all my stuff at EP just in case. We were on the crew part of it because my mate was working down there, so he was able to drive. We were actually able to drive our car onto the site.
That's so handy. Like.
It was dead handy. But then on the Sunday I was like, right, I woke up, sun was shining. I was like, you know what, we still have our bands. Our stuff is still down there, so we'll bring Jamie down, let him check it out. He loved it. He absolutely loved it. We went around to all the different stages, had the big ear defenders on. He even got to go and see Disclosure and everything, like, and he was on my mate Dara's shoulders, just loving life. There's loads of videos of him on Instagram, like jamming out at the drum and bass stage, and
like just having a good time.
He loved it, and then he went back and even slept there, like, cause the crew. Obviously, I wouldn't never let him stay on the normal campsite, but it was that crew, so it was nice and calm. Everyone was up for work the next day, so they weren't going crazy at the campsite. So he was able to have a nice sleep and all. We just sat outside the tent, a couple of cans or whatever, and then into bed. But he loved it. Like, it's Pete now. He's getting a bit older. I think what's the age restriction now on
on festivals?
Yeah,
I think it's up to 12.
Is it all the way up to 12? Yeah,
up to 12. Yeah. And then
I thought it was once you hit double digits or something. It's like, no, you're not kidding.
It's up to 12 as far as I know. And then some festivals even do up to 14 as far as.
He's a few years left in him.
Yeah, and then it's like a break for 2 years, even though they still
give him a break. Let him.
Until he's 16.
Exactly. I've seen some amount of videos of kids sneaking into Greenfields this year. Did you see that?
Oh, I saw a few. Yeah,
the amount of people.
You mate, 14.
So many different videos I've seen popping up on the likes of TikTok now. People sneaking into it.
It was bad.
Have you ever been to Greenfields? No.
I don't think I'd be able for it. I think I'd actually
It's like what is it? Basically the EP of England, but big.
It is, but a bit more loose. I think I've seen
Glastonbury. You done Glastonbury?
No, I'd love to.
Looks sick.
Yeah, they were.
The videos from like out up. Have you seen how big it actually is?
No, it's terrifying.
It's literally a giant town. Like
it is.
You couldn't do the whole place in a week if you wanted to.
Apparently, if you lose your mate, like that's it. Basically,
see you next week, like.
But no, they were looking for nurse DJs this year, but I was actually in Canada during the time, so I didn't bother applying. But like, who knows? Maybe next year.
There's always next
year. Pretty mad niche to get into.
Like. Exactly. Yeah, there's always next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, so coming back into club season now, anything nice planned? I know we obviously can give a little plug on our own gig that we have you booked for yourself back to back with Collie coming up next Friday.
That's going to be sick.
Should be a buzz.
I know.
It's going to be in the new Bow Lane. I say the new Bow Lane because they have done a nice little kind of reconstruction of it. I won't reveal too much. Come in next Friday and check it out and see what you think of it. But a lot more intimate. Low ceilings, and it's not fully finished yet either. They have a temporary kind of layout that was done for the summer. Coming into September, October now, it's going to get a full kind of
I saw some photos. It looks really, really good.
It is. It's nice, and we actually done a fundraiser. The fundraiser gig was on Friday for Jake Malone, who sadly passed away earlier in the year. So they done a day party over in the Sound House room, and then we brought it up to Bow Lane. And the vibes were very, very nice.
Sounded great.
It was.
See anyway.
The vibes were very, very nice there. Obviously, it was an emotional day for a lot of people, but you know that Jake loved Bow Lane.
It's nice to just mark it as well for the first night there to
for sure. So very much looking forward to getting you in for that gig. We're also running a competition. Start supporting local again. There's so many people out there hungry trying to get DJing. It's the thing to be at the moment, you know. So
I know, which is wild.
We're trying to get some more people in, get them involved, because it's very hard out there at the moment compared to when I started DJing, or even maybe yourself. It's a different scene out there now. So many people are trying to compete and throw parties, and you know, it's great to see, but at the same time, you've got so many venues closing and so many people struggling to keep venues open
it's hard.
You can't keep up with the demand of the amount of people wanting to throw parties, you know. So, little plug out there. Anyone that wants to possibly warm up for SURKA and Collie, make sure you get in contact. Check out the post on the Illicit page. We have a little post there running with a competition, and you might be able to bag yourself a warm-up set. Yeah. Anything else that's coming up over the next couple of months that you're able to talk about or reveal? Or
so
I've heard one or two, but I'm not going to say just in case.
So me and Collie are running back to back again for something, which will be deadly. I think that's the end of October.
And is that's a special support slot for?
Special support slot for someone who's never been to Ireland before.
Yes. I have a fair idea who that one is.
Unreal tunes that I've been following for a long time, so really excited for that.
That would be a great gig, yeah. 100%.
And I have a gig in Galway that hasn't been announced yet, so going west.
Are you allowed to say what venue?
I think it's in the New Electric, which is
savage,
revamped and stuff. So I'm pretty sure I'm playing upstairs, but it's in October.
Class. How long were they closed for before they opened and revamped?
So I remember they closed suddenly. I think it was during COVID, and then people didn't think they were going to reopen, or they tried to reopen and then it just didn't really work.
Yeah.
So they did a whole revamp, and it's so good to see even Pussy Wrangler playing in Sligo this weekend, which is
savage.
It's just so good to see people going over to the smaller towns and getting good feedback and stuff.
For sure. There's Ireland is strong, even though I know Dublin's obviously the kind of part of Ireland being the capital city, but there's still I know certain counties might struggle. They only have a venue or two, and it's very hard to get decent gigs there, but. I know Cork is also another great place for gigs.
Cork is deadly.
Nat Lee is down there. Nat Mac, do you know that?
Yeah.
She holds the. She flies the flag strong for the kind of UKG breakbeat kind of vibe going on down there.
And there's street parties going down there as well.
Yeah, I've seen some videos. Yeah, it looks pretty sick.
It looks good. I'd love to.
Hint, Dublin City Council. Yes. Give us more freedom to do some cool gigs. They used to do some really cool ones in the Meeting Square. Have you ever been to any gigs in the Meeting Square?
Yes, the Custom House.
Custom House Square. Or whatever
it was that. I think I went to one with Aoife O'Neill, and then there was also the ones that Alexander Faulkner used to run. What's the name of that?
I'm trying to think. There was a Vision Collector.
Vision Collector. That's the one I'm on about. Yeah. And then I went to one in the Crypt that was in.
Was that the one that was in Christchurch?
Yeah.
I remember the backlash off that. Do you remember?
So funny, because the artwork
had demons on it, and the fact that it was in
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, it was just a load of demons probably riding each other, and then there was this chapel that it was in, a
and the gig was
chapel.
Literally held in Christchurch. I think it made the Independent and everything. There was articles and everything over giving out crap about it.
And it, I loved it.
As they say, any publicity is good publicity. You know what I mean? But no, fair play to Vision Collector, because they done some very unique parties over the years, and it mustn't have been easy, because obviously you have to go through a lot of loopholes to try and get the permission off the council 100%. And stuff like that to do it. So big ups to them.
And I remember going to a few of them in Berlin as well when I lived there. They even held parties over there. So it's cool when you see collectives going over and back.
Speaking of that, there's a lot of Irish people working together to get something going in Berlin at the moment, isn't there?
Oh yeah, so I've seen loads of people head over and have that. I think it's more techno based, which is obviously it's Berlin thing.
For sure.
But no, it looks steady.
It's class to see so many young Irish artists as well. People that might be only at it a few years and they're still getting a chance to go to Berlin and play what they...
And people mates are just suddenly on the Berlin lineup.
For sure. It's so unbelievable
cool to see.
Definitely.
Love for the scene.
Yeah, for sure. Because I know Dylan Fogarty, Aioli was another one, Dylan Fogarty, Max Aero. There was a big list of Irish names that were over there,
and a few other people.
I'm trying to think who was it that actually brought it together though, because it's a couple of different collectives working together to start it up, isn't it?
I know. I remember seeing who it was, and I was like, "That's really cool."
No, fair play to them. I have to say, no,
can't remember off the top of my head, but it's definitely a vibe.
Yeah, for sure. So coming into the club season as well, do you have any plans for Lambada?
Lambada, so if you didn't know, I run a little disco night in Bootleg. It's on Jory Street. It's fairly new. We only established it, I think, May. But we've just had kind of friends play, and it's kind of different because there's not many disco nights in Dublin.
No.
So yeah.
Not the way it's gone now. Years ago when you had the likes of Toast and stuff going,
that's where I started,
it was everywhere.
it was so good.
but it's not. It's very rare these days to come across a decent disco
yeah,
night, like.
and like people don't think I'm into disco because I kind of play like progressive-y, trancey bits, but like it's kind of just the foundation of all music.
Variety is the spice of life, as I always say. You know, it's and that's what I do. Like you know, last guest we had in, Casey, she was the same. Yourself, I love that. People that can kind of play a bit of everything, as a DJ should be. And not that I'm saying, you know, if people focusing on a certain sound, fair enough, and perfect that sound, but you know, it's always good to be able to branch out and play a bit of everything, you know.
I just like having, like, you know, my finger. Like, no, I won't say that. Sorry.
Finger in what?
Yeah, we'll stop that. Don't say anything.
Censor that one out.
No, 2 seconds. Nah, I won't say anything about finger.
Finger in a few paws, is it?
Yeah, that's what I meant to say, but it sounded fucking terrible. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, it is. It's good to have that mixture of sounds, though. Like, and you know what? It's not even just about being able to adapt to a certain night out. So, I'm playing a disco set tonight. I'm playing a house set tonight. But what I love is in an actual set, when you hear the variety in a set.
Yeah.
You hear a bit of house, then all of a sudden a bit of techno drops, or it goes into a bit of UKG, or
a classic.
It's or a classic, whatever it may be. Like, instead of just listening to the same BPM, the same pace the whole way through. Which I wasn't at the set there on Friday, but I heard Ketama done a very good job at that.
Oh, did
Few people were telling me that Ketama just smashed. Like, I seen videos of him playing this like lady at it, and played a bit of like Chris Dussy, and he was just playing everything just banging it out.
I love when someone can
just control the
bring
crowd
it back as well, and then like bring it back up, and then just kind of tease the crowd. I think
exactly.
That's what I like to do as well. Like,
yeah, for sure. So let's talk about bringing it back then. We'll rewind a little bit, and for anyone that's listening that might not be too familiar with yourself, give us a little taste about where SURKA came from. Where did your musical journey start, I suppose? So
it's been like kind of a whirlwind. So I'm 29 now. My first taste was when I was 16. I DJed at my mum's 40th in Tipperary, which was random enough because her friend had decks and didn't want to be behind them all night. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to pop the 16-year-old on the decks. And then I was like, oh my God.
Just click this button and lift this up.
And there were turntables and like...
oh, you want turntables at it as well? Oh, good luck.
First time.
Good luck.
I just remember playing Born Slippy like 12 times. Everyone loved it. But I kind of just like ignited a spark. And then... I think when I moved to college when I was 18, moved up to Dublin, started going out and toast, DJing a bit for them, and bought my first set of decks. I was playing techno though, so... Okay,
so you started on techno for your first kind of club sound.
Acidy, industrial vibes, and I liked it. But then kind of, I did one gig and I got really scared and I didn't just go back. And this is like...
The techno too heavy for you, was it? Or what?
Wiley Fox. No, I hadn't used CDJs before. I just used turntables. Right, so then I got really freaked when I went on... on stage in Wiley Fox, and I was like, what am I doing? I was going back to back with someone, so they saved me at least, but like it was grand. And then didn't DJ for about 6-7 years.
So the experience actually put you off it, like?
Put me off. I was still into tunes. Moved to Berlin, very heavy techno there, scene like for like, I think I was there for like a year and a half, and then kind of towards the end of the year and a half there, I had loved going to all the techno nights. It was good, like I was mad into it. But then I went to, I don't know if you've heard of Fandango. It's a guy from Dublin actually runs it over there, and that was just kind of like slower housey bits and groovers. And then Byron Yates runs a night called Radiant Love there, which is actually an illegal party over there. But that was all like
She didn't say that.
I didn't say that. But no, he did run it. I don't know if it's still going on. But it's like, it was an illegal party, and it was like so cool to be at an illegal party in Berlin.
It's one place I still haven't been. I still haven't been to Berlin yet. It's
good. It's cool, but like it does grab you.
It can be intense.
Like can be intense. Like, but then once I kind of got into those sounds that were a bit more like lighter and like more soulful, like a bit more vocals and stuff, then I was like, why am I listening to this mad like kind of techno stuff? Yeah. So I came home and then I was like, actually I like house now, so got a set of decks again and was like practicing my room away.
For sure. Then went from there.
Yeah, I was kind of playing for a while to myself, and then I was like, just got the instinct when I go, why don't I just try and do one gig and see what happens.
Now look at you.
Yeah, and then Hot House were like, yeah, we'll have you. It was good.
Did you say Hot House? Yeah, Dave Kerr.
Dave Kerr was my first.
Yeah, Dave's a legend.
First gig, and cannot thank him enough. So,
that whole crew is.
It was only like a year ago, so I guess because I had my sound and like new bit.
It's only a space of a year.
Only space was like I would say like 15 months at this point.
Wow,
yeah.
So you're really smashing it for this, considering it's been a year. No, because I remember like reaching out to you, was it around October, November time of last year when we were kind of doing the here and now bits and stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't realise you were only playing for that short. Obviously you had played before for years, but I didn't realise you were only back in the club circuit for that long.
No, it was only like I think May or something last year, and Scott like one of the Bedlam guys gave me a really good gig at
Johnny and Brian.
Yeah, Johnny, yeah, like they're such legends. Yeah. Like that's where we all started. Like, and I was like literally texting one night being drunk, being like, "Any gigs at other side?" Like as a joke, and then I got a gig at
straight away.
And it was like, yeah, like I was clashing with like the headliners, but like I've still had such a good like crowd in the Woods.
Other side was class.
Yeah,
it was the rave. It was the Woods part. Yeah,
the Woods is just
was this the first other side they threw? Was it
the second? So. I went to the first one as like a goer.
Yeah. I'm trying to think though, because I was at one of them as well. The one that I brought Jamie to, like.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think, was that the first or the second one?
I think that was this. I was there on my own. I think I was at Spray. I think I saw.
It was when Spray was.
Yeah,
playing,
that was last year. Yeah. Because I remember seeing a kid at Spray. I was like, "That's cool." And then I checked Instagram. I was like, "Oh my god, that's Ryan Hayden's kid."
Yeah, no, he had the time of his life. I actually have videos of him behind the stage, and he had like a towel around his neck, swinging it around with all the glasses on.
Yeah, there wasn't many people, and then that bloody storm came in, and there was like.
Do you know what, right? The only reason I brought him down to other side that day, okay, is because he's a huge fan of Maverick Sabre, right?
And
huge fan of Maverick Sabre, and brought him up the whole lot, had him on my shoulders, waiting for Maverick to come out, and the thunder happened and the lightning, and he was one song in, and they had to kill it, and we had to run away because it started lashing, and the child cried for about an hour. I felt so bad. I actually felt terrible, and I wouldn't even mind. But a couple of weeks before that as well. We had Mav was out with us. And he was. I think he was doing a show in Dublin or something like that. And he's met like mutual friends of someone we know and came out. He came up to Bow Lane for a session or whatever. Cool. And he had sent he recorded a video on my phone, being like, "Hey Jamie, can't wait to see you at other side," and blah blah. So Jamie was buzzing, I mean, so
just ready for it,
and then the rain happened and all. I still to this day feel absolutely terrible. So Mav, if you're listening, we need to link up again. Sort poor Jamie out. You can sing a song or two for him.
Voice, so
he's so good. He's brilliant. And then have you seen his housey stuff that's been kicking off?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yours, they're called.
Yeah, it's definitely like different.
It's different, yeah, for sure. But again, it's that really stripping it right back to that chill kind of housey disco-y vibe that's not too intense. Soulful as well, got Mav on the vocals as well, but they seem to be really cooking some cool stuff up at the moment. I know they're quite linked in with Defected.
They are.
They were overplaying at Defected as well in the Defected Croatia, the festival they do.
Oh my god, that looks
it does. Good. It's meant to be amazing. I know a good few people that have gone now, and it's meant to be really really good vibes. I suppose will we move on to a little quick fire round? What do you think?
Sorry,
I don't know. Yeah, we can go back to a little conversation now in a few. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do a little quick fire.
A few breaks.
No. We're on 30 minutes.
Okay?
Halfway through. A little quick fire around halfway through.
Is this alright as well?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, no, it's perfect. Right. I suppose I'll put you on the spot and ask you a couple of questions. Huh? My phone's dead over there.
See if my brain goes completely blank during this.
Pass me over my phone there. It's just phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah,
imagine I plug that out and the whole thing.
All power goes. Have to start again.
Yes, great.
Send them on to me there, Keith. I know we had a few parked off, but I'm sure I can think of a few as well. What you send them to me on WhatsApp?
Sorry. Just that drum is going through me.
Yes. For anyone that's listening, we have other studios on the other side of us and there's drums playing. Luckily we have isolated mics, but it can be quite distracting, so we do apologise if we get a little bit off-put at times. But sorry, what are you going to
say? No, we're still being recorded.
You're going to go home and all you're going to hear is right, what's your favourite club? First of all in Ireland, and then second of all you can say worldwide.
Okay, in Ireland, I know it's pretty obvious, so I have to say Index. Yeah, it's just the Mecca. It's like what they did with the place is really, really cool. I've obviously been there like in a lot of different ways.
For sure.
Obviously starting off with the Tivoli District Day and then Jam Park and then...
Were you in their Index when they were over in 3940?
Yeah, that
used to be sick
was
as
my
well.
next. That was really, really good. And then obviously the new one on the south side is...
Unbelievable. They really did max out like what
the booth is just a dream to play and
I don't know if you've noticed, but if you go down to the bar at the very, very back, when you're ordering a drink, because they knocked the wall, so it's even longer again now. If you're ordering a drink down at the very back, they have a sub and two tops put in, so it actually sounds like you're at the front.
It sounds
even
good.
At the back.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
Deadly.
It's just like, and it's not too loud either, which is like.
And if you were to pick somewhere outside of Ireland,
Out of Ireland, first in my head, it's not even there anymore. It's called Grease Moolah. It was in Berlin.
What was it called?
Grease Moolah.
Okay.
It was like this little. It was on the end of Sunlally Street, but it was like heavy techno, but like it had all sorts. Like I was kind of looking back at the lineups, and I was like, oh my god, if I was into house back then, it would have been.
You would have been.
Deadly. But Berghain as well is another one. I'd hate to be that.
Have you got in? Yeah, you've been there.
I went. Yeah, a good few weeks. Like maybe like 10 in a row.
Is it as intense as they say? Yeah.
It's actually not, like, which is a mad thing. The sound in there, it's like we could actually talk like this and be completely like.
But yet the bass is still decent.
But yet the bass is there, and it's just like butter to your ears. The sound system, I just can't can't fault it. Oh. And the standard of DJs and all that. Of course, there was just like you could see anyone and they'd just be amazing. Like Panorama Bar as well. Like so.
Yeah. Class. Yeah. Right. Okay. Favorite city to party in?
Oh, that's a tough one. Don't know. I think I'm not going to say Berlin again. Like,
like Berlin, you can if you want. Berlin is Berlin, like, Berlin, and it's well known for being, the place to be. When you want to party and you like techno.
I have been vibing with Dublin lately though. Like, there's so much acts and like so much friends, like having like doing cool things.
It's great to see it bouncing back to an extent. You've got two sides of it. Obviously, they're still struggling. The VAT rate is still through the roof. Insurance is still through the roof. So there's so many clubs that are still, struggling. And even though you might see something that's extremely busy on a Friday or a Saturday, out the door, drinks selling well, their Monday to Thursday business or Sunday to Thursday business might be, not there. Like. And just because you're busy 2 nights of the week, you still need to be able to get that midweek kind of revenue coming in as well to be able to survive. And it's just not there at the moment.
100%. I feel like it is coming back. And like if the government were to drop or open, extend hours, something like that, it will come back because the people are there, the people want it.
Yeah, the hour extension's a little bit of a tricky one though, because I do feel like as Irish people, it's just we're so used to things finishing at 2:30 that it's just in our nature to go out and just be like bam 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 bam, let's go.
Literally.
And just getting like.
Whereas in the places like Berlin, like you don't go out till like 4 a.m. sometimes. Like you're just at the Gap having prees, and then
you'll need to maybe just like each year we'll extend it by an hour until you just get used to it. You can't just go flat out 6 o'clock. Like, everyone balls to the walls. It wouldn't work that way. But it's not just that, but it's like it's not going to creep. Personally, I think that between the hours of say 3 a.m. or 2:30 and 4, 5, 6. Is there really going to be that much extra drink bought to make it viable for the club? Do you know what I mean? They've all these people to pay. They've all these like security staff to stay back. So and then obviously to pay for the extension. So it's never really going to be viable.
Drinks, and then like towards the end of the night, like the last thing I want is another pint. Like at like 3 a.m. I know some people be mad for it, but like
no, I know, but that's what I mean. I don't think it's going to be viable for them. No. That's the problem.
100%.
But we shall move on. What is your favourite? Like again, don't want you pinpointing people or feeling like you're excluding other people, so you don't have to answer. Favourite event? What's your favourite kind of party that's going on at the moment? Can be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday party. Can be in Ireland. Can be outside of Ireland.
So I'm going to go with Reclaim the
Mainframe.
Yeah.
The infamous party, as we said, we get back to earlier on. Yeah, so I suppose for anyone that doesn't know who Reclaim the Mainframe are, give us a little lowdown on what they do.
So a group of guys who are all mates started running a few events over COVID. I think it started on a boat and there was only like 100 people, but they really know their sound. They're mad into tunes. It's predominantly turntables, which is cool. And they do parties well. Like it started on Sundays in 777. So we had the whole outdoor area and like honestly just rammed. Like the capacity is like I think about 250, 300, but like, it was actually just out the door. So
it's like even the videos you wouldn't even think it's in Ireland. Like they do such a good job at they do such a good job.
Smoke machine is like a graft as well. Like there's always someone just pressing that button. Like it's
but it adds to the vibe. Yeah, it really does.
And then they did a party in Central Bar, which is in like middle of an industrial estate in East Wall. Just that was sick. It was on from like I think 2 p.m. till like 3 a.m. and it was just like
all there
stacked line up, just locals as well. That's what I like about them as well. It's only
they stick to the locals,
to the locals, and then they've started taking over festivals as well, which is cool. We there's a stage at Fwynedd now, so
unreal.
Yeah, they're having a stage full of locals, which will be
class. Yeah, no, as I said, I know them quite well. They used to throw the odd few parties at Bow Lane when it was in its heyday, and they done a great job at it. Again, brought the palm trees in, made that little kind of just they add their vibe,
those touches,
and then obviously along with their sound, they're so specific about what they listen to, and they're really they're diggers,
100%. And they knew me back in my techno days, so they appreciate it.
So you're a resident with them guys, are you? You playing there quite a lot with them?
And just doing festivals as well. So
it was with them you were playing at
All Together.
longer now as well.
Yeah, no, it was great. So I did 1 hour and the guys did 3 back-to-back. We were going to do a 4-way back-to-back, but that little plane is like tiny.
It's tiny, yeah.
Like, SURKA, you go on for an hour and then we'll do like the last 3. So I should just get off and just listen to them. Tunes are like amazing. So go check them out.
No, big ups Replaying the Main for him. Plenty of bigger things to come, I'm sure. They're smashing it.
Oh, they've loads in the works.
Any standout sets that you like? What's your favourite set of all time?
Oh God, this is such a hard one. And the one that comes to my head is Jeremy Underground, just his Paris Boiler Room.
Right. Okay.
That is probably one of my standout sets.
Right, okay. What about one you've been physically at, though?
Oh, physically at.
Physically at. Standout moment, euphoric, not thinking of anything else in the world, but just being in that moment. Unbelievable set.
I think the Sally Sean spray in the woods.
It was, that was iconic. It was a very,
if you weren't there, I'm sorry.
It was very good, yeah.
It was just like...
She done her separate set as well then? I think she finished there and went straight up to the Arcadia, didn't she? I was at that too. I was
at that too. It was sick, but there was just something about being in the woods and hearing that trancey Balearic stuff, and the two of them were like a thing, which is also kind of cool. Like, you know,
they were brilliant, I have to say.
Vibing together, and I just thought it was sick to see.
For sure. So that's standout set for you,
set in my life. I know it was only like last year, but it was just one of the ones that I burst out laughing. It was that good. Like,
big ups. Favourite label?
Favourite label?
Can be Irish or can be anywhere. Just
a good
what you're listening to most?
Probably Kalahari Oyster Cult, I would say.
Choice.
Just everything they put up is
very consistent,
Very
that progressive-y buzz.
But can go a little bit deeper, but can pare it back
exactly,
a bit, which is what I like. I love Sally C's label as well. It's big Saldo's Chunkers, so if you're looking for that.
She only released, was it number 4?
Yeah, it was the one with Crombie. Yeah. So Crombie's
another sicko.
Yeah, deadly. He's one of my favourite DJs.
Yeah, big ups. I think we supported him, and me and Collie, I think, supported him in Bow Lane for someone.
Yeah.
Last year, the year before.
His production is off the charts. Like,
brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. He's originally Irish as well, isn't he?
He's from Belfast,
Belfast,
I believe, anyway.
Yeah, so a good few of them have branched out and went over to Berlin and stuff, you know.
Like they seem to have found like a good little crowd there and stuff, which is nice.
I just love Sally C's sound though. Like she keeps it so simple, but makes it so chunky.
I know.
I don't know how she does her bass lines.
No,
I just don't get. And then she always has them little break beats playing in the background with the drums, but it still keeps it driving 4/4. Like very good.
She's talented.
Yeah, very good. Big up Sally C. Favourite restaurant? Where do you like going for a bit of food, a bit of grub?
A bit of food.
Where does Jack like taking you?
So we live in Swords now, so it's a bit harder to get into town, but I'm going to say big fan. Bow.
Big fan, Bow.
Yeah.
Unmatched.
Like, and now the fact that they have studio in Dublin 7 with the cool sound system beside Fidelity.
Yes, they're doing the catering for that, so they do their menu in Fidelity, don't they?
Fidelity. So I think for our anniversary we went this year and we brought the dog, which was lovely. You can bring your dog.
You bring your dog in?
And it was like one of the first days it was open, and we were just like, it's a big fan menu with a really nice big sound. So
I've always been a big fan of Big Fan.
I'm even going on Friday.
Are you serious? Yeah. No, I've never had it in. I haven't tried it in Fidelity, but obviously with them being next door to Lane, when I was in there all the time working every weekend, there were lifesavers. I'd get in starving at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, straight in, be like, we'll drop it into you, no problem at all. And I must have had everything on the menu, everything.
The chefs in there know what they're doing. Like,
it was beautiful. Good choice.
No.
Sad to see some of the restaurants are struggling as well as the clubs though. Like I know Dylan McGrath went and closed
Rustic Stone, and like I love that place. And it's like they did like a deli 2-course meal.
I was only there not so long ago as well. Me and Sarah went and had a lovely meal there. Like it was really nice.
It's just, and Yukio, I'm just like
Yukio's another one that's closed. Like 20 years it was there.
Grieve in these places. Like it's just I'm a big foodie as well, but like obviously with the cost of living and stuff, it's hard to like keep going out.
For sure.
So like I just feel really bad for those places because they've had to up their prices so much. So like normally
you can only up it so much.
Yeah,
like, you really can.
When I lived in town, I'd literally go out the whole time. But like now, it's just because the prices are higher and I live further.
Yeah.
Like that's a good customer that they don't have. Like
for sure.
I know it's only me, but like a little. Does.
I spent thousands there.
Probably did, to be fair, on those.
You've
cocktails.
lost a good customer.
But like, it's just so sad to just see those places close.
It's heartbreaking.
I know.
Where are you eating in Swords now that you're living there?
Okay.
Because it's a nice little main street. There is a few decent little spots.
So I'm a big fan of pub food sometimes. So
which one?
Like a pub.
Pub grub. Sorry, yeah.
Exactly.
There's no shortage of pubs in Swords.
No, loads of pubs. So the Cock is quite good.
Yes, my missus' sister actually used to work there as the chef. Yeah.
Like really consistent, good.
Nice. And it's a nice vibe inside it as well, even for a pint and stuff. It's a nice spot.
That's good. I'm gonna plug Spooners, Weatherspoons.
Get her off. Right, we're just gonna cut now. Cut. Finish. Close it. SURKA, it was lovely having you on. Until next time, thanks guys, see you later. No,
for your OB mistake. I'm sorry. Jack had the Vindaloo the last time. We started crying. It was so hot. Curry club on Thursdays. Like, sorry, I think Wetherspoons was my niche little.
Just a little go-to.
I don't normally tell people about it now.
Well, the world now knows.
The whole of Dublin and the world. And then Misashi opened.
You're just looking for a sponsorship off them, aren't you? That's it. Wetherspoons all over our videos now.
Please, we got that money. It's like a McPub. Like it's literally like McDonald's. But like...
I've spent enough with you guys. Sort me back out. Do you know there's a little gem? I don't know if you've tried it. Have you had chili shaker there?
It's meant to be class.
So
I've only been there
going literally about 10 years.
A year, but like
I'm literally going about 10 years.
I'm begging him to bring me, and I'm like, let's go.
Jack, come on, get the act together.
It's honestly, shaker,
it's really, really nice. Staff are all lovely. It's a nice, intimate place to sit in and have a bit of food. It's parked off because it's down that kind of alleyway to the left. But honestly, it's probably the nicest around Swords.
That's
anyway,
cool.
for Indian.
There's actually a good Nepalese that I've been to as well.
Haven't tried that one. Is that the top on the left?
It's on Main Street. Can't remember the name off the top.
Beside Abercababber.
Yeah, it's called something kitchen. It's anyway.
I know the one
Nepalese,
you're talking about. I know the one. Yeah.
Been there a few times.
Haven't tried that one yet, but
vibes are like very quiet and chill, but it's the food is like banging. So yeah, good value.
When are we going to see a spinning and Rights Cafe bar?
They asked me a while ago.
Did they? Yeah.
Some collective reached out to me, but then they quit like straight away after. I think they did one night, and then they were like, okay, packing it in. But like, it's meant to be a vibe for kind of the younger kind of crowd.
It is for if you're local. There's not too many places to go. I know K67 opened and they have a bit of a vibe going in there as well.
The Chalk Bar closed. I think that's where people used to go as well. And now K67 has opened. That stays up until 3.
Yes. Yeah, it's a late bar, but I think Chalk Bar there was more kind of bands and stuff.
Yeah.
This is more kind of late DJ. You know, your commercial hands in the air, fun vibes, like, you know.
Literally, that's what people want.
Yeah, exactly. That's if you don't want to travel all the way to town, just looking for it.
No, when you're from like around there, like it's definitely a good spot.
Yeah, for sure.
Food's there, bang.
Obviously, you used to have Jam Park and Right Venue there as well, but that's gone.
Sickened about that.
Did you ever go to a gig in Jam Park?
I went to Boots and Hats there, yeah.
In Jam Park, yeah?
Yeah, when they first opened. I wasn't going out with Jack at the time, but yeah.
Right, okay.
Just went up to see, and it was like, I obviously lived in town, but I was like, this is like sick.
Yeah.
Because like obviously like when you're abroad, you do have to travel to gigs and stuff, like, so it was nice to just...
I have to say they did do a great job on it for the short time that it was there. Like same thing like what they've done with Opium now with Index.
Yeah.
They've done a great job considering it was Right Venue and how it was such a well-known big club that was that kind of high-end, you know, upmarket. To be able to completely change it into that like industrial dark kind of, you know, that's just when that techno was getting so big and after COVID and everything, so they really did do a great job of changing it around. I only went to one gig there. I think it was Sasha and John Digweed. But I didn't get to see the full shebang of the lights and stuff because they asked for the strip back lights and they asked for the strip back vibe, so we never got to see kind of the full potential of the production.
Fair. No, I've heard people say it was the best gig they've played in Dublin, like, which is a lot, like even after like the Tivoli and like stuff like that. So
so it's pity now, Jam. I believe it's turned into like a game developing studio or something.
Okay, I actually haven't been there that much, like, so.
Yeah, no, they've turned the whole building into like a game development studio now. They like make video games and stuff in there.
Wow. Okay, I only just see boy racers go around there the whole time.
Yeah, you always
That's where I started to learn how to drive.
In Airside?
Yeah,
that's where I'm working now, actually. Airside.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm saying it's only right across the road. Right across the road. Sweet. So anything else you want to plug at the minute? No?
No, we did Lambada, we did Reclaim.
Yes, we did Reclaim.
I probably have loads more to plug that I just can't think of right now.
What about production? Have you tipped your hands at production at all yet?
So I have. Pretty bad. Just got a 4/4 down at the moment. Little loop that I've been stuck in. But yeah, no, I've kind of...
It takes a lot of commitment.
Takes a lot of commitment, and because I used to work, I've been mad working all summer, like random gigs, like no structure. So I've actually recently started trying to get like a structure to my week, like a full-time job. So I think that'll give me inspiration to just want to go home and start producing.
Sure,
I feel like if you're off random days, you think you've all the time to do it, and then you sit down to do it.
I can contest to this straight away, 100%.
I'm neurodivergent.
Yeah, I was the opposite. Like when I was working as a booker and stuff, and a lot of it was working from home and kind of the emails and stuff. And you think you've all this time, but like when you don't lay yourself out with structure, it's so easy to just fall into like, I'll get that done, and it doesn't get done. And whereas when you're actually like up at 9, in for work or whatever, doing a normal 9 to 5, it's just so easier to create structure around having that, because that's the first step of having 5 days a week of getting up early, so 100%. You can kind of plan around them days. They're right, when I get home from this day, this is going to get done.
Exactly, because if you think you've like Thursday, Friday blocked off, then you're like, oh, I'll leave it till Friday, and then it's Friday, and then something else comes up and you're just like, oh, okay. So yeah, I think if I have like a structure, it'll help. But yeah, no, I've a full studio set up out the back because Jack has that, so has everything I need. So literally on a plane.
No excuse now to not get cooking.
I just need to get out there. But yeah, no, I have like ideas and stuff, which is.
And if you were to kind of get into the production now, like if it was this time next year, what can we expect to hear from SURKA? Like, what would be your ideal sound to be pushing?
Prog, I think.
Yeah,
prog is just my
just your thing at the moment.
That's my thing, but like I'm also not open to just making a track and just seeing what it sounds like. I wouldn't say no to trance. I wouldn't say no to a bit of Balearic stuff, but also just house as well. Like it's maybe acidy, like who knows? But a lot of influences.
Sure. What's your favourite artist? Who's your favourite artist of all time?
Like, is in anyone, ever.
Anyone. It can be house, techno, it can be just who would be your biggest inspiration when it comes to getting into DJing? Like who do you look at most and be like, I'd love to be like them?
Okay. I'm trying to, this is like such a big question.
Take your time, it's get the kettle on, lads.
Get the kettle on. Just go sleep there. Like so mad. Okay, this will be a second. Like I don't want to say Sally C again because like she's obviously like she's my inspiration at the moment.
Of course, yeah. Look, you go through different phases, especially when you're listening to
phases. Don't want to say. I was mad into Lady Gaga when I was young.
Lady Gaga, that's a fair answer.
Like she was
a great actress.
Literally great actress. Her whole vibe, like I'm obviously don't act like that on stage or anything, but like I think she just like pushed that electronic sound into pop, which is kind of what got me into what I want to do. And then I looked up to local acts like Aoife O'Neill. Like Aoife O'Neill is just
sick.
Yeah, she's probably one of my inspirations. In like it doesn't have to be in the scene or just a general like her general vibe. Like I just used to go see her festivals and just seeing her get bigger and bigger made me want to just like see what could happen myself. Like so.
I think we had her in once. We had her in for the Shall Not Fade party when we brought Shall Not Fade label over. We had Shadow Child and Huxley in the main room, and then we done the room 2 as The Time Is Now, which is their their UKG sister label. And I think Aoife headlined that, or she could have been second, or something like that, along with Prozac.
And Prozac cool as well, but like, Aoife probably just because like I kind of aspired to be like her, and then I actually made friends with her as well, which was kind of special. And then she's such a sound girl, like such vibes. And then like just seeing what happens, like put myself out there, and that's kind of what gave me the kick up the arse to seeing someone else do it. Like
definitely. Have you? I know we were tipping on Lambada there, and I said, have you any plans for it? But like, do you plan to bring it into like more of a club heavier kind of like a club culture thing, or are you looking to kind of keep it at bootleg and just have it that fun, free kind of buzz?
So yeah, we love having it at bootleg. It's class. Like it obviously takes a while to get off the ground, so we're happy to keep it there until it kind of grows legs. But we'd obviously still be involved with bootleg, and that's predominantly like their thing. But
I suppose I'm just asking, like, have you any plans of tipping into the promoter world?
Promoter world? Oh yeah, I'd love to do that. I wouldn't do it as Lambada now, but we're doing a few cool bits with Lambada. We've planned to do like a lounge kind of live stream thing. So like that could happen. So I think winter is a good time
recording sets and stuff like that.
Recording sets and like even like not boiler room style, but just having people like vibe around and just be playing tunes and stuff.
Deadly, yeah.
But yeah, I've always wanted to kind of run my own night, but I just haven't been like too pushed about it because I think summer's just been so busy and stuff.
Summer is always a night. I'd never ever try and start running parties.
I ran an illegal rave like 10 years ago, and that's
no. You love the word illegal on this podcast, don't you?
I'm sorry. Okay, no, none of this. Okay, but
you ran a gathering.
I ran a gathering of people
with music, and
I used to go up to the bank with 500 fivers on one day. And they were like, "What are you doing?" Oh, my friends is giving me this.
I throw parties. They like my music. They pay me because they like my music.
So that's actually kind of when like the whole DJing thing started as well. I just like there's people looking for afters, and my friend had a warehouse, and I was like, okay, let's do it.
Such a big. It actually is such a huge culture. Obviously not going to put anyone under the bus or get them in trouble or anything, but with Ireland and the closing times and the after thing, and what else is there
people
to do?
People are just up for it,
that's the thing. Like I remember, were you ever at any of the book club revs?
Oh yeah, they were.
So that was kind of like when I first started DJing.
That was going on
10 years ago now. But that was like, I was seeing videos of them raves, and I found out who ran them, and I got on to him, and straight away he was like, yeah, no problem at all. Come on in.
Come on in.
And like straight in. They used to run buses.
Yeah.
And he was again, won't say names, but honestly, one of the nicest guys. And in terms of a host as well, like I've played at plenty of other after parties where you're literally just thrown behind the booth and the organisers off counting his money.
I know.
You know, and they don't. Like, and then at the end of the night, they'll hand you an envelope of 50 quid and right on your way. See you later.
And they've made,
you know, and like I would have had to buy my own drink and everything in there with
home and stuff.
With the book club, this guy, he'd welcome you at the door. You'd be on the bus, you get off, bring you straight in. Whoever you were with, there were guest list in straight away. Brought you straight to the bar, introduce himself. What do you want to drink? Fill you full of drink. Jump on. There's your set time. Let you close out the night if you wanted.
Do whatever you want.
Honestly, and it was always such a good vibe. And it went on for years. And each time it got better. It went from like a small warehouse to a bigger warehouse to a bigger warehouse. And then eventually they got it into...
It was a gaff, wasn't it? Or something? Yeah.
I won't say where or what, but it was like this big mansion kind of gaff.
I think they were at my race, so I only held like one or two, and then it just got busted by the cars.
It went on for a couple of months now, in fairness. It did go on for a little bit longer, but he had teamed up with somebody else to do it at the time.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if there was conflicts between the two. Yeah, but I think the whole thing of it coming to an end, I don't know if it was conflict between the two or if it just naturally came to an end. I'm not too sure, but the time that it was there was unbelievable.
Still iconic, like just
so good. I'll always remember them parties there. Like it was
kind of the foundation of you as a DJ nearly.
Yeah, like I used to just get up and not even be going out into town. I would literally leave my gaff at like 2:30 in the morning just to go to town to get the bus to go to the rave. And I remember
still have a great time. Like
I'd go sober, no bother at all. And I remember one day there was two lads on, and I must have been waiting around an hour sober. I hadn't even been out in town, waiting to jump on and have my USB ready. And literally, as I plugged it in, just plugged it in, went to go start searching through my tunes. Absolute packed out warehouse full of people. Boom, 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 boom. I was like, all the music cut, everything pulled out. I was like, I fucking came here for nothing. It was raging. But there's such a big appetite for that kind of buzz, and there is good people that are running it. You know, there is also cash cows that just do it to make a few quid and they don't care about their punters. But you know, people like to put down illegal raves a lot and say, you know, it's just, you know, drugged up people dancing till all hours, wanting the reason, you know.
Bluebell back in the day was
I met some people that I still talk to this day. Are just like, Bluebell was one of the would have been one of the they would have done stuff there as well. But like, I met so many people that I still talk to this day through them raves. I have so many iconic memories.
That's
the thing. Like, it's where you meet some people. It's where you go to meet like-minded people. And I know they call it escapism, I suppose. Like, it is a form of escapism. But that's
when you're young as well.
When you're young, if you've had a long, whether you're 20 or whether you're 40, like people say, I'm too old to go to that. No, you're not. If you've had a long ass week, you've been working 40, 50 hours a week, your head's wrecked. Like, it is escapism, but it's a good escapism. You go, you just get to be in the moment, listen to music, forget about what's going on in the world, forget about what's going on in your life, and just chat to like-minded people.
Yeah, who like the same tunes and are into just the scene, and it's a good vibe.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, like, up the illegal raves and all.
Keep saying they were illegal.
I know, but they're not. Yeah, just up the gatherings. We done a few as well. Actually, geez, I'm really incriminating myself here now. We had a gathering. I didn't. I suppose a few of us came together to have a dance when the COVID rules were almost over, and it was like up a mountain somewhere very nice.
I saw videos of that. Actually.
Do you think you know that one? Cool. It was. That was another standout one. Like again, just at a time when everyone was completely separated and everyone was really feeling it.
Easttownbury as well in Kildare.
People are really feeling isolated, and just to be able to bring everybody together and just everyone have the time of their life. Like it's not even about. And again, we didn't even charge people for that. Like there was no money. It was just like this. There's a party here. Come and everybody
bring
came.
Everyone.
And then we thought there was guards, and I remember picking up the decks and unplugging them, running into the bushes and sitting in the bushes for like 40 minutes with decks like in the pitch black, like, and then like 40 minutes I returned later and everyone's still there, and I was like,
just waiting for it.
I was like, okay, I guess I'll plug it back in then. The tune's on again.
Like, you know, you'll have memories like that for
that's what
forever,
it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Cool.
It's just creating them memories and
that's cool.
So look, it's been a pleasure having you on so far. Anything, I know I keep saying anything else you like to plug, but I'm trying to think, is there anything we would like to plug? Make sure you get down to Collie and SURKA next Friday. It's going to be a belter.
We have some lovely bits in store.
And again, like you're mentioning your proggy a lot. Obviously, Collie's a big prog head as well. Is this
school.
your first official proper back-to-back?
So
or have you done one before?
He did back-to-back with 3 different people last year in Cellar. So it was me, Marcus O'Leary and Aoife O'Neill.
I remember that.
So we were back-to-back for an hour.
This year?
That was... Oh God, maybe it was like January, February.
Early this year,
Or else the end of last year. It was winter anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's our first official back-to-back, and it's pretty much all night, I think.
Yeah. So we have a competition obviously going on, but you'll be doing 2-3 hour set, definitely.
So yeah, really looking forward to that.
You just get to dig deep,
I love his sound.
You're going to break out the vinyl for this as well?
Who knows? A few finals that I'd like to spin at it. Yeah.
Savage. Bring out the origins of SURKA.
If I feel comfortable with someone, it'll be him. Like,
yeah, for sure. And look, of all people for you to be comfortable with spinning a few records, it would be Collie. He'd be able to...
Oh no, 100%.
Give you a little dig out if need be, you know.
It's just such a like kinetic thing. Like I completely, even though I started on turntables, I completely got out the wagon, forgot how to play them.
Really? Yeah. So you wouldn't play around with them too much anymore, no?
No, I do now. I've started again to teach myself. But like I taught myself, and then I started on CDJs like 8 years ago, and then all of my skills just went out the window. Like I think you literally have to do it every day. Like even now, if I don't do it. Every couple of days I'm like really rusty and just feel like, oh god. You
just have a set of decks in the gaff?
Yeah, so there's you can get 12 10s and Jack has like his setup and then I have my own setup, so like it's
say the neighbours
a lot of yeah, they actually is an insulated soundproof little shed out the back. Yeah,
deadly.
But the upstairs is my studio where I have my decks.
So after is at yours now next door. After party at yours next Friday then.
Yeah, 100%. Actually, Mom's away, so yeah.
No, boom. Party.
Hi,
You hear this?
Shout out Mary.
What time are you running on there, Keith? Guys, we're on one now, are we? It's hit the hour. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to think anything else you want to plug or talk about before we go, no?
Yeah.
No problem at all. SURKA, it's been an absolute pleasure. I hope we've tipped on enough. You're no doubt going to be very busy over the foreseeable future, so we'll definitely get you back in and let's have a chat again about.
Thanks for having me on. This was definitely first podcast, but like it was a vibe. Yeah, just like a little chat.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's what we aim for. It's not
love what you
too
guys
formal.
do, because obviously, like illicit helped me kind of be where I am now.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. We're tipping on our next month. Is it September now? Yeah, next month will be 9 years Crown parties and doing stuff now. Yeah, it's a long time.
It's commendable.
As I said, we took a little bit of a hiatus, but we will be back. Obviously, with first gig with yourself and Collie, and there is plenty more to come.
I'd say.
Label back up and running soon, so we'll have some cool releases coming up, and obviously lots more podcasts. So yeah, that's it. Anyways, that has been it for episode 6 of the Illicit Lounge. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and thank you, SURKA, for joining me.
No worries.
Until next time, guys. Thank you. Take care. Boom. Benito. See, I told you, it's not too bad. High five.